Welcome back to the Amazing Them channel. I am Brother T. Roy here. We're going to get right back into part 2 of Josh Wolf, father versus son, the fight. Let's get right into it. Part 2. Let's go.
But he did try to fight me. So I'm walking into the kitchen. He's walking out. And he leans his shoulder into me. And I go, did you just lean your shoulder into me? And he goes, maybe you should watch where you're going. And I started to laugh. I go, I'm sorry. Are you starting to fight with me? And he goes, yeah, not that it's going to be much of a fight. And I was like, all right, man, front lawn right now, let's go. And he goes, no, not now, like 3 weeks. I'm like, 3? Who are you, fucking Rocky? What do you mean 3 weeks? You got to go turn some tires over and shit? Like what? He goes, I got to go look up some videos online. I'm like, oh, okay. Now listen, outwardly, when he said 3 weeks, I was mocking him. But on the inside, when he said 3 weeks, I was like, phew. Because I'm at an age where I pull muscles. And I pull muscles doing shit that I shouldn't pull a muscle doing. Like, not too long ago, I pulled a muscle in my right shoulder. Wiping my ass. I went back too quick and I didn't tuck my core. It's all core nowadays, I don't fucking know. But I went back too quick, and all my wife heard when she walked by the door was, oh no! Listen, guys, if I get a stretch before I shit, you can kill me tonight. You know what I mean? Like, if you walk into the bathroom later and I'm like this, and you're like, what are you doing, man? I'm getting ready to poop. Like, you can, I don't need to come out of the bathroom. You can kill me in there. Now, here's the deal. By the way, you couldn't do what my dad did now. This is definitely something that you could not get away with now. We have raised a different generation of kids. You guys know that, right? We have raised a generation of spoiled, entitled pussies. You understand that, right? Now, we can clap all you want, but you know whose fault it is? Yeah, they didn't raise themselves, guys. It's our fault. And we've coddled them to the point that it's ridiculous. Do you know that in a lot of states in our great country, they've outlawed dodgeball? Do you know why? Because they say it humiliates the children. Round of applause. By the way, that's ironically why we played the fucking game to begin with. Right? I was like, who are we making cry today? Right? Round of applause. People who remember playing dodgeball. Round of applause. Right. And if I said after the show, we're going to clear out the tables and play some dodgeball, who would play some dodgeball? Yeah! Because we all have that shared experience, right? Everybody in here remembers what that red rubber tastes like on your lips. Right? And your eyes are watering, your nose starts to run, you try to get off the court. 9 other balls hit you, and you're like, I'm out already! Shit! Fuck, I am out! They'll never have that experience, will they? So I call my dad on the phone, because I know my son wants to fight me. I call him on the phone, and I'm like, hey man, we all fought you, right? He goes, yeah. And I said, I seem to remember you being a little more violent than you needed to be. And he said, no, yeah, you remember correctly. And I said, why? Why? And he goes, listen man, he wants to win, right? I said, yeah. He said, you have to win. You have to win. Because if you don't win, the power changes at your house. And then you try telling him to take out the trash tomorrow. He's going to slap you in the face and be like, you take the trash out, bitch. Don't make me fuck you up again. And I was like, oh my God. He said, this is how... And then he said something, by the way, that I will never forget. I go, I have to win? He said, Josh, even if somebody ends up calling the police, you have to win. And I was like, oh... Now listen, I'm not a violent dude. My dad was more adept at that. And now I did have 3 older brothers, so I am really good at mental torture. So I was like, that's kind of where I'll lean on. So I hang up the phone, and I turn around, and my wife is there. And she looks right at me. She goes, are you fighting Jacob? And I said, no. I'm not going to fight him. It's going to be something, we're going to do something in the front lawn, but it's not going to be like a fight. And she said, why don't you just tell him that you're the grown-up and he's the kid, and that's it? he does what you say. And I'm like, nah. I said, that's not going to work. And she said, why? I said, I'm not sure if you were there, but he basically slapped me in the face with his dick in the kitchen. Like, there's only one response. She goes, I don't like it. I said, I'm not saying it's the right response. I'm just saying it's the only one that I know, you know? And she said, I don't think this is a good idea. And then I maybe got a little too cocky. And I said, I'll let you know when I have a bad idea. And she was like, oh, okay. You're gonna let me know? And I said, yeah. And she goes, oh, okay. So I know I gotta start torturing my son, right? I call my brother on the phone because I'm like, you guys tortured me endlessly. What should I do? And he said, what do you mean? All you talked about growing up was, I wish I had a little brother so I could do to him what you guys did to me. He goes, now is your chance. Nobody gets to go back and do that. And I was like, you know, you're right. This is quite an opportunity. And he said, yeah, man. Do you want me to send you over the list? And I go, what list? He goes, oh, the list of things that we had that we used to do to you. And I said, why do you still have the list? And he was like, you never know, do you? And I said, no. So he sends the list over, right? And I'm looking at it, and he said, just remember, the most important thing is to start small and go up from there. So this all started on a Sunday. Now listen, he wants 3 weeks. I don't want to give him a full 3 weeks. I want to get him so mad, my son, that he wants to fight at the end of the week. I need to get him so mad because that's the only chance I have of beating him, right? So my brother's like, start slow. I go, okay. So Sunday night when my son is sleeping, I took all of his underwear out of his drawer. And I replaced it with panties with the days of the week on it. So when he woke up the next morning, I'm cooking breakfast, and I hear, from the other room, I hear, what? What is this? Hey, these aren't my underwear! These aren't my underwear! And I just yelled back, hey, just put your Mondays on, sunshine, and come on out for some breakfast. And he was like, I'm gonna fight you so hard! And I was like, don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I hope you're not fighting me hard.
That one was pretty good too, but I learned a little something about Josh. Josh is pretty soft. If he's gonna let a kid that he raise their hand at him, raise their hand up at him like they wanna, you know, do that, man, you gotta put the beat down on him. You gotta let him know who run the house. Let no kid of mine raise up on me. I don't care how big you are, whatever. Gonna get chunked. You gonna get chunked. So Josh is a little soft. Respect his pops. And actually, I don't like the imitation he does of his son. For some reason, his son don't sound like the brightest bulb in the light fixture. So that's part 2. We're going to keep rolling along to part 3. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Look out for part 3 is coming up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Amazing Men. Peace.
You were put here to protect us, but who protects us